Hello to my beautiful collectors out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for August 2026. Hello there. Okay, we are in eclipse season, all right? So, um, just so you know, this might be a difficult time for some of us. We may be um, interacting with people who may be aggressive, just so you know. So don't take it personally because everyone is going through something at this time because the eclipse have a tendency to make things more potent. Okay? So, just so you know, before we get into the dynamics of the forecast, I'm sorry I didn't have my um, transmitter close to me, so what you may hear may be low in volume. Um, but anyway, I'm going to keep it moving. So, we start eclipse season on the 12th of August, which is a new moon, and it's going to be at 20 degrees of Leo. Okay, so wherever Leo is in your chart, this is where the dynamics are going to be happening for you. And we have a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse at 27 degrees in, no, at 4 degrees. I'm sorry, it's going to be on the 27th at 4 degrees 54 seconds in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so we're going to start out with this new moon. And you know, the new moon is about planting new seeds. A solar eclipse is like seeds being shot, being shot out of a cannon, you know, because it's going to be pressurized or on steroids, something of that nature. Okay? You get the same fresh start energy, but it's faster, louder, and less negotiable. Okay? So just beware of your own presence when you're doing your day to day activities. So eclipses tend to accelerate what's already ripening in your life. So whatever you've been working on, thinking about, trying to do, this is where the eclipse is going to be focused. So this could be like a job you've outgrown, the relationship that's ready to deepen, and the creative projects you keep postponing, things of that nature. Okay? Eclipses rarely bring something out of nowhere. That's a Uranus thing. They bring the inevitable that will come, but it's coming sooner. Okay, so you can expect the effects to unfold over the next 6 months because this is usually the growth period here. All right, the big deal with the eclipse is because of the three other parties in the mix. Yes, we have three other big planets playing around with this eclipse energy. Okay, so we have the sun, which rules Leo. Okay, so a solar eclipse here hits the heart of the target because you know Leo is all about self, loving self, fun, and just ego energy. Okay, so Leo rules over self expression, confidence, creativity, romance, children, and leadership, which is the whole business of being seen and shining. So, this is Leo's energy, being seen and shining, and be in a position of authority wherever Leo is. Okay? When the ruler of visibility itself goes dark with this eclipse, and then returns, the message is hard to miss. An old version of how you shine is ending as a truer one can begin. Okay, so this stellium, it's rare, but we have Mercury, Jupiter. They're both traveling through Leo alongside the eclipsed sun and moon, which means that there are a concentration and an enormous amount of celestial energy in one sign. Okay? So there is lots of work going on in that particular area. So Mercury brings the word, the ideas, and the announcements. Jupiter brings the growth and the luck. Okay? Together, they turn from a solo note, ah, into a whole chord. Okay, if you're into music, that's how you can look at this stellium here. Okay, so we have Jupiter entering Leo on June the 30th and will stay there until July 2027. Okay, expanding everything. Leo touches. The eclipse lights up for the long haul. So whatever begins in August on the 12th has a benefactor behind it, Jupiter, for the next year. So lots of wonderful things could be showing up for all of you, but in particularly the fixed signs. Okay, we have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio in particularly. All right, but there's going to be some good stuff for all of the signs as we move forward into this energy. Okay, so this is the intro to August, and I'm going to start working on the individual charts. So see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Leo risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your forecast for August 2026. Okay, Leo, we are in eclipse season, and the spotlight is on you. All right? Now, I did an introduction about the eclipse for this season, but this forecast, I'm just going to get right into where the eclipse is happening for you. Okay? So on August 12th, we have a new moon and a solar eclipse in the sign of Leo, just for you. And this is all about growth, right? And we have a new moon and partial solar eclipse happening on the 27th at 4 degrees and 54 seconds of Pisces. If I didn't mention the degree for you, Leo, is 20 degrees. Okay? So on August 12th, the new moon solar eclipse in Leo is going to be happening in where? Your first house. And your first house is all about your presentation, how you look, how you think, how you carry yourself, and how others view you as well. Okay, so this is totally about the self. And Leo, you are all into that because you are about that. Yeah, you like the shine, you like the attention, you like the authority, you like to be the leader. Okay? So this is working for you in the first house. All right, so you may experience a strong urge to reinvent your look, your style, or your public image, such as your hair, clothes, social media presence, or the way you introduce yourself to others. You may be ready to step away from roles or labels that no longer fit certain jobs, relationships, or the way you show yourself. You may have to confront your ego issues that pertain to the need for validation, fear of criticism, okay, or drama. All right, this faded energy aids. Let me just get this. You're learning with more grounded, heart centered confidence. Because, Leo, you rule the heart, all right? You are shown where you've dimmed your light to keep others comfortable, pushing you to stand in your authentic self, even if it disrupts old pattern dynamics. You are called to be more visible and step into leadership, perform, or be recognized in some way. Expect excitement as well as fear, disoriented and liberating energy to flow through this eclipse. Okay, and just know that this energy unfolds over the next 6 months. Okay, and after that 6 months, then we should see the results of the experience. Okay, now on the 27th, we have a full moon partial partial lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, and this is happening in your 8th house of transformation, psychic energy. This is also your house of death, shared finances, debts, loans, banking, taxes is all a part of the 8th house energy. Okay, so just knowing the sign of Pisces right now that's being activated here, you have to set some boundaries for yourself, okay? Try not to, overextend yourself and stay true to looking inside at your spiritual connection, because it's easy to do that while Pisces is sitting in the 8th house, because the 8th house is about transformation as well. Okay? Changing and bringing up those things that, makes you better. Okay? So here you have heightened sensitivity and pick up on others' emotions and old pain stored in your body or psyche. Okay? You are dissolving illusions around relationship fantasies, sex, money, or power dynamics, because this, transformational house is about Scorpio and Pluto. So, that's about control, power, and control as well. Okay, so buried grief around past betrayals, losses, or endings will come to the surface to be mourned and released. You may see clearly where you thought you were open but have been guarded or self sacrificing instead. Okay? You may be ending confusing financial arrangements, unspoken expectations, or rescuing others financially. So set some boundaries here. You may also see where financial reliance masks emotional dependency, or where your generosity has crossed into self neglect. Okay? So I'm just saying, you can see it here in this 8th house. All right? So do something about it. Okay? Leo rising, but this is a healthy growth period for you, especially happening in your 1st house with this solar eclipse. It's a lot of growth there. And in your 8th house, where you get to transform, something negative into a positive. So just stay tuned, and step into your authentic self here. So, this is your forecast for August 2026. And until next time, bye for now.